somewhere else in Redcliffe where I live, and not a beach. This is the Redcliffe Botanical Gardens. Redcliffe Botanical Gardens. No dogs past here. It's a garden with different kind of areas. So we're walking through, which way are we going from? This way. This way. And they've got the Wallam track, they've got a eucalyptus track, they've got a rainforest area, forest meeting place, Casuarina track, koala trees, Joan Johnman Lovedale track. I love that little area. That's the first established bit of the actual gardens, and the rest of it is quite, well, not new, but it's probably been here for about 30 years, the rest of it. But this has been here for, I reckon, 40, 45 years. So come walk with me. Oh, here we go. Welcome to the Redcliffe Botanical Gardens. Visitors should note this is a boutique garden which began as a track through a remnants of a bush. It actually used to be a cow paddock too. Oh, yep, there we go, cow pastures, I'll show you that. The Wallam project, developed by Redcliffe Education Centre, was aimed to rehabilitate the cow pasture and make it a living example of plant communities in the southeast Queensland. And as a result of developing the ecosystem, they're basically, yeah, it's an amazing little place. The Friends of the Botanical Gardens also helped put it together. Lots of volunteers. But yeah, it started in 1970. There you go. Wow. Okay. 40 years. Hey, Deb, how you going? Oh, look at that, Deb. Isn't that beautiful? These are little daisies. They're not everlasting daisies. They're not the paper ones. They used to have paper daisies all going through here. I don't know if you know the paper daisies. But there's lots of plants in here. It's just beautiful. It's a grevillea. I actually don't know the native word for it, but yeah. So that's a melaleuca. We've got lots of different grevilleas. They're different colours. That's a beautiful colour, that one. Oh, that's nearly like a two-tone colour, that one there. Pink and kind of reddy kind of colour. So guys, Deb, this is pretty special, this place. My dad actually pretty much helped save this place and turn it into what it is today. So this is in my local area. It's only like probably 5 minutes from where I live. And my dad worked here for a long time. Unfortunately, my dad is not alive anymore, but this place makes me feel like he's still here. So we've got here a broad-leafed paperbark melaleuca. So that is like the paper bark, but it's called a broad-leafed paperbark. That writing there is actually my dad's writing. Hey, Nicola. Hey, Nicola, how you going? Something different today, guys. We are in the Redcliffe Botanical Gardens, which is in Redcliffe, where I live. And we're in a garden that my father actually helped save many, many years ago. A lot of the trees that we're walking by, my dad planted, and I used to come here a lot looking for my father. So I kind of, like, my father's unfortunately not alive anymore, but this place is a living memory of the work he did to, you know, for the environment. His handwriting is still here. The Wallam grass tree. Unfortunately, the Wallam grass tree is not here. I don't think that's a Wallam grass tree. The Wallam grass tree is this one here. That is the Wallam grass tree. But yeah, his writing's still everywhere. I have a herb garden. In here, they used to have actually, Nicola, you'd love this. They used to have a edible garden. So basically, you know, it was a community garden, and you could come down and, you know, help work on the garden. And basically, pick a few bits and pieces. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough volunteers and they ripped it out. It's very sad. This is actually an interesting tree. Nicola, you might know this tree actually. Have you ever heard of the chocolate pudding tree? The black sapoti. Again, my dad's riding. Up a cuppa bike. So this is a chocolate pudding tree. So that is what they look like. But you've got to pick them when they're a bit yellow and they get a bit bigger. And you cut them open and they're like pudding inside, like a kind of like avocado consistency. It's a big tree. We just cut one down in our yard, unfortunately, because it was getting in the way of where we're going to move our house to, unfortunately. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, guys. Hey, Luke, how you going? Welcome to, Redcliffe Botanical Gardens. And we're going to go for a walk around it. It's not very big, but I should know how big it is, but I don't know. I'm not very good with like measurements kind of thing. It's not very big. We're going to walk around it a couple of times. There is a toilet. So there is facilities, guys. It's open every day of the week till about 6 p.m. at night. It's free to get into. This is a bit of history about the gardens. The humble beginnings, 1919 to 1988. This lady is Joan Johnman. I remember as a young child, her. So there's a bit of garden over here. It's named after her. Her and her friend, Jackie Lovedale. So this is what it used to look like. And they've completely rechanged it into this bushland. There's a pond here, so I'll show you that. That's probably a picture of my dad right there, but yeah. So anyway, how about we go to the old section first, because it's really nice. It's really, really pretty. There's a lapidary club here. So lapidary is like when you kind of polish stones and rocks and cut rocks and stuff. So they've got a lot of new signs with the actually called tuckaroo, and then they've got the Latin term, and then you've got my dad's signs still here, the Redcliffe mat bush, and then you have the scientific name, like Latin name. So a lot of native plants here in Australia, I think all over the world, I guess, they have a English kind of word, and then they've got a Latin name. And generally they're a bit of tongue twisters, they're a bit hard to say. Like this quincy bush, I don't know how you say that, Petalosta pulpusix, I don't know, no idea. But anyway, that is a quincy bush. So this is the original section. Started in 1970, so a long, long time ago, guys. It's called the Johnman Lovedale Track. It's in the honour of two local residents, Joan Johnman and Jackie Lovedale, who rehabilitated the area in 1970. So basically, there's a lot of bushland species in here from the Gubbi Gubbi people. So the Gubbi Gubbi people are the indigenous people of this area. Yeah, so there's different plants you can find here. Ferns, scribbly gums, rough saw sedge, brown bloodwood. But more than anything, it's just a really beautiful walk. Now, can we go this way? I think we can go this way. It just makes me feel like we're in the middle of suburbia, guys. Yeah, it honestly, Nicola, this is a beautiful place. Like, it honestly, like, the amount of times I've pulled up here trying to find my dad, I'd run through here, literally running through going, Dad, Dad, where are you? Dad. And then I have to find him running around here. So I've run around these tracks so many times trying to find my dad. So yeah, his memory is still here. Actually, his ashes are embedded in these paths. He's passed away 8 years ago, and in that time, they have put tarmac down in here. It's not exactly very beautiful, unfortunately. Not very bush-like, is it? But anyway, it is what it is. But my dad's ashes are everywhere now. So this section here is the original section. In 1970 it was put here. So a lot of the trees here, look at this. This is a big gum tree. Massive gum tree. Massive gum tree. Beautiful specimen. Love the colour of it. So you can see we're literally in suburbia, guys. Like I live 5 minutes from here. So can you imagine that I'm just in the bush, like I'm bushwalking, and I'm in the middle of suburbia. 5 minutes from my house, 5 minutes from the beach, but I feel like I'm in the bush. And we've even got some wild animals in here. There's bats, so like fruit bats. So they're interesting. A lot of people are scared of fruit bats, but yeah, it's interesting. They're interesting. So we'll get to see them. Oh, that was quick. Literally, we've just come straight out of it. There's another section in the middle there. I should go around there. We'll go around that way. So this all comes into the whole new section. Every section kind of has a different area. Like this area here is called the koala food. So all that area in there is what koalas eat. Far from that tree there, that grevillea, they don't eat grevilleas. But through the back here, all these plants were planted because koalas eat these kind of trees. I don't know if there's ever been koalas here, to be honest, because it's kind of in the middle of like town. So if they were here, yeah, I don't know. Now I've never seen one. My dad's never mentioned that there was a koala here. If there was, he would have, given me a call and told me to come have a look. But yeah, over the time he was here, there was never koalas. But you never know. I should look up. I'm looking up just in case. Imagine if I saw a koala. That'd be cool. All right, but I was going to show you this other section. Okay, let's go back to the original section. I don't know why they don't loop around, but anyway, we'll have a look. And I was saying when I first kind of had a chat about where I was, the Redcliffe Botanical Gardens, there used to be a cow paddock. The old section, so the original section, no, that used to be bush. That's still there. But this whole section I'm walking on now used to be a cow paddock. And they've left a bit of the cow paddock here, so I'll show you that in a second. I just want to take you in here because it's pretty cool, this little section here. And look, we've got a lizard, like a mosaic lizard. It's very cool, actually. So this is a fun area where kids can play, have picnics. Looks like it might even have a possum box up there. I reckon that would be a possum box. Sorry, I can't even show you that. Where is it? There it is. Possum box. It's not exactly sunny this afternoon, so it's a bit, there we go. This is better. You can see this very well. Look at that. That's possums. You definitely have possums here. Okay, dugongs you find out in the Moreton Bay. In the bay, I've never seen a dugong before, but they're definitely out there. We have many butterflies. You'll probably see some butterflies today. Rainbow lorikeets. Definitely see some of them here. Ah, pelicans. Look, Deb, pelicans. Ah, the birds that you can hear, that squawking noise is actually the bats. So I will show you them very soon. So stay tuned for that one. That's the eyes of the lizard. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a beetle. Beetle. Little lizards. Definitely find lots of lizards coming through here. Echidnas. I've never seen an echidna here. I've never seen an echidna in this area, but apparently, okay, there's echidnas somewhere. Frogs, green frogs. Definitely see green frogs. Oh, this is called a water lizard. No, water Philly. What do they call them? Philly lizard. Philly lizard. They call them water dragons, but it's a Philly lizard basically. If we're lucky, we might even see one of them. So yeah, so this is the old section in here. Oh, what's this? A mosaic bench. So that's the mosaic bench. It was created by the Redcliffe Pottery Club back in 2009. So yeah, the Pottery Club used to be in there too. I don't think they're in there anymore, but they used to be. All right, so if we go back through here, we'll go back to where we started from, guys, and then I'll show you some more stuff. So that's a grevillea. Grevillea. Unfortunately, these signs are just all falling apart. My dad used to lacquer them up and make them all beautiful. And being here, every time I'm here, it always reminds me that I should probably talk to the council and see if I can get some kind of grant to fix up some of these signs. I mean, I'd probably just have to, repaint them. I mean, just go over my dad's writing, and maybe I could help get Diego to help me fix them up a little bit and then lacquer them. Because it's nice to have handwritten signs, right? Creating habitats. So some of the trees, they've kept them to make them into hollows so that birds with the rainbow lorikeets can have somewhere to live in. So we'll have to see if we can find some of them. So these are the kind of auto printed stuff. Not so pretty, right? But obviously that we need a sign, and unfortunately my dad's not around to do these handwritten signs anymore. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not that bad at actually doing sign writing. My dad taught me, but he was like brilliant at it. See these signs? They just need to be repainted over. Like I could easily, literally just trace over that with a bit more colour. Hey Lavender, how you going? Yeah, they're bats, um, Deb. You'll see them in a second, okay? So guys, we're in the Redcliffe Botanical Gardens. So it's a beautiful kind of place in the middle of Redcliffe, just 5 minutes from where I live, walking distance actually. And it's actually quite special to me because my father actually helped save the cow paddock. So I'm going to show you the cow paddock. So in here we've got a pond. It's called, what's it called? Oh my God. I should know. Oh, here we go. It's got a sign up here. Gosh, how do I say that? Charisma? Oh my gosh, I'm not saying that right. I should know this. Um, Charisma Spring. It's not an actual natural spring. It's not a natural spring. It was man-made. Hey Paul, how you going? Paul, welcome to Redcliffe Botanical Gardens, where you can come for a barbecue. So there's toilets here, there's barbecues, there's picnic areas. And Deb's very interested in the bats because they're making the squawking noise. We have the fake turtle. So I was just saying, Paul, that this place is quite significant to me because my father helped save this section. There's an original section just over here that I walked through just before that was developed by 1970 by two ladies called Joan Johnman and Jackie Lovedale. But next to it, in this whole big area that we're going to walk, used to be a cow paddock. So they've actually got the cow tipping. That's what you call it, cow tipping, where they'd round up the cows and they put them into the back of a trailer. Maybe it's not cow tipping, just a stockyard, I guess. But, you know, that's still here. So that's remnants of the original paddock. They've got a sign here. Cow yard history. So in 1974, the cow yards were used last in 1985. And then the Wallam project that my dad helped develop was launched. And that's when they saved this place. Okay, so it's 3.5 hectares, okay, on Crown land. So the council own it, but it was leased for cows for a while. But thankfully, my dad and all his friends of the Redcliffe Botanical Garden, they lobbied and basically got it saved instead. Otherwise, this would be just probably townhouses. The last Redcliffe cow yards. Okay, so it was funded, some of this area was funded by the Rotary Club to save it. Oh, that's good. So it says that it was last used in 1969, but then this one says it was last used in 1985. Who knows? But anyway, doesn't matter. So they've got many different areas in here. So we've got like a koala area, koala food area that I just showed you before. They've got a Wallam area, a rainforest area, many different areas. So you come here and you kind of get a bit of an education on different trees. Now, guys, I'm not great at education on trees. That was my dad's forte. This is a lovely area here. So they used to have a thing called What's Cooking in the Park once a year here in Redcliffe. One day a year where basically this was all opened up in here and there was like market stalls and cooking displays, and it was amazing. It was the biggest day of the year here, and this whole area was just covered in market stalls and it was just beautiful. You come here and try all different foods. Anyway, let's go for a walk in the koala section. Now that noise you hear, okay, let me zoom in here. Let me see if I can, oh, here we go. This is better shit. So Deb, that noise that you hear me, that squawking, is not me making a noise. These are bats. Let me just put my tripod down. Let me zoom up and you'll see the bats. Oh, hold on, there you go. Can you see that, guys? It's your birthday today. So can you see the bats, guys? That is Batman. Happy birthday, Deb! Oh, we need to sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Deb. Happy birthday to you. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy birthday, mate. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to say happy birthday to you. But we'll see many more bats. They're everywhere, guys. Okay, so. And because they are they're not native. Oh, are they native? No, I don't think they're native, but they are native. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, they're animals, right? You can't shoo them away. So basically, you learn to live with them here. Now, Paul, you'll know the name of this. This is really, it's got a beautiful. Oh no, I should know. My gosh, what is it? Oh my gosh. Wallam, no. Oh my gosh, this is my dad's favourite flower. It smells beautiful too. I should know the name. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Paul will know. I only just called it the other day. I asked him what the name was and I said it too. There's a baby one of it. Oh, these are pretty flowers. I don't know what they are, but they're gorgeous. Oh, very beautiful. So that's Wallam weed. They call it Wallam, no, Wallam grass. So yeah, through the back here is the koala food area. So koalas eat eucalyptus. There's many different kind of eucalyptus trees. So they're quite fussy though. They only eat certain kinds of eucalyptus. This one says Eucalyptus racemosa. So this is all part of my walk, of my outdoor 45-minute walk today, or exercise, though I'm not really walking very fast. When I show you around, then I'll do another lap faster, because yeah, I want to show you guys and I want to enjoy it too, because, well, why not, right? So in the recent years, they have asphalted this down. Um, and when my father passed away, we put some of his ashes on these dirt tracks. And then a couple of years later, they have they put bitumen over the top of them. So in ways, my dad and his legacy, well, personally, will always be here. It's kind of nice. Not all his ashes, obviously. I took some of his ashes to Everest Base Camp because he always wanted to go to Everest Base Camp, but he couldn't go. But his brother did. So my uncle, the uncle that I talked about how he used to send me postcards, that is the uncle that he's been to Everest Base Camp twice. The second time he went, I think he was about 55 years old when he went, and unfortunately he got sick. And then we're talking back in the probably early 80s. And there's probably no helicopters back then to pull you out. Like when I got sick and I got a helicopter out, his son was with him, and his son actually had to piggyback him down a lot of the mountain to get him to a lower altitude so that he'd feel a little bit better. And then he was able to walk back down. But yeah, my dad always wanted to go. And before he passed away, I talked about how I was wanting to go, and he said, "Oh, you should go." But at the time, I was more, hanging around for my dad. So unfortunately, when he passed away, I thought, well, you know what? Let's train. And yeah, I went to Everest Base Camp with Diego. It was an experience, but I solely wanted to go there to put some ashes. My dad's there. So he's up in the Himalayas, the biggest, the mountain range in the world. So there's a sign up there that says you can book this area. So a lot of weddings happen here too. Okay, so this is the Wallam area. This is my dad's favourite area. A lot of Wallam plants in here. That's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. So the Wallam Precinct. Wallam is a common name used to describe a distinctive plant community on the coastal sand dunes of the lowland of southeast Queensland. The Wallam Precinct is a small sample of the biodiversity of the ecosystem. So yeah, all these plants are all found around this area. So there used to be a lot more plants in this area. Unfortunately, like a lot of places, they're run by volunteers, and if there's not many volunteers, not much work gets done. It always reminds me that I should probably volunteer here, but I don't know, I don't have the knowledge, unfortunately. I would be picking out weeds and unfortunately be picking out, plants. I don't know. That's what I tell myself. But maybe I should volunteer here. I was just talking a little while ago about I'd like to volunteer here and paint these signs. These are my signs that my dad made. A dwarf banksia. And the eucalyptus, the Latin name is B. oblongifloreo. I don't know, I can't say that. But that is a dwarf banksia. Oh yeah, see the little banksias? The little babies. It's quite pretty actually, isn't it? Banksia man, but just a small version. Wow. So Deb, these are like these banksia plants that we showed you a little while ago and you thought they were a bit scary. This is a miniature version, the Banksia man. Whoops, I'm hooked up. These are the new signs they've put up. Wollomhekia. That's Wallum grass. So there's lots of different tracks. There's, choose your own adventure. There's a bus stop here. Not that there's a bus coming here. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. These trees look absolutely gorgeous. Oh, look, there is a butterfly, guys. I told you I'd see butterflies. Hello, butterfly. So yeah, that is a beautiful specimen. Love the colour. It's a eucalyptus of some description. Oh no, gum. That's a gum tree, sorry. I don't know the name though. So there's a lot of weed kind of area in here, but I made a colossal mistake one year. See this plant here? See this flower? When it's flowering, it's absolutely beautiful. And it just covers the whole ground. It's like this whole sea of blue. But it's like a native flower, but it acts also as like a floor covering. So, instead of looking at dirt, it just, this beautiful section of just blue. Now, I made the colossal move of putting this in my front yard. I got a piece from a garden somewhere I was at, just chucked it in the garden and it just grows. It went nutso. I'm still pulling it out of my garden. It was a really bad move I did. My dad would probably kill me for doing that, but anyway, I thought it would look beautiful until it just started taking over the whole garden. So yeah, easy to grow if you've got an area that just, you just want to like cover it and you don't really care about it so much. But if you want to plant things in there, like I do, like plant, tomatoes and different kinds of herbs and stuff, yeah, don't, because it'll just try to engulf it. So eucalyptus. Oh, guys, you can hear that in the background. There's a kookaburra. Okay, so we're coming up to an area where you can see a whole lot of bats. So Deb, if you're still around, you're going to get a bat overload. So if you could imagine these as dirt paths back in the day, like only a few years ago, to be honest, and Dora running down them trying to find my dad. Like, if I drove past, I'd see my dad's van out the front, parked at the front of the garden, so I knew he was here, but I could never find him. I'd have to run through here yelling out, Dad, Dad, and eventually I'd have to yell out, Don, Don, that was his name, and have to ask people if I saw groundsmen, some different people here working. I'd have to ask them, hey, have you seen my father? So lots of areas to sit. I'm not sure how I feel about these paths, but also it makes it very accessible too to people, right? I guess, like, wow, these are massive, massive trees, gum trees, houses. So when there's a big storm, this place gets really hammered because obviously there's big trees and they come down in the storms. So I think I'm going to take you into the rainforesty area, and that's where we can see these bats a little bit more up close and personal. Oh, there's one flying. Huh? So it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's kind of around the time they start moving. So you might be lucky and you might even see them start flying around. But at the moment, they're kind of sleeping. And when they're sleeping upside down. I don't know if you can see this, guys. Can you see all the bats? That is Batman. Let me get a bit closer, okay? Whoops. Now, people are scared of bats, like, oh my gosh, that's how we end up with, corona and all the things. I don't necessarily believe that. But everyone to their own, right? But above me, now bats vomit. So I'll show you bat vomit, and I'll probably end up standing in it. But look, there you go. Let me just put down my tripod. Okay, there you go. There's Batman and Robin and all his cousins. So they kind of just take over a tree, right? That's a native tree too. I mean, they're not doing any damage, I guess you'd say. What's doing damage, guys, is okay. That's bat. It's not bat poop. That's actually bat vomit. They vomit. I don't know what the story is about that, but yeah, they vomit, and yeah, it's not. You don't really want to step in it, but yeah, you'll step in it. So there is another animal here that is a bit annoying in here. They're ibises. So ibises, when they nest in a tree, they ruin the tree. And unfortunately, you can't shoo them off. Okay, so this is the old original paths. So it's very mossy too, because it's quite dark in here. This is the rainforest area. I like this area. It kind of makes you very whimsical. Like I could be, anywhere. It's like, which way do we go? Left or right? We're going to go this way, guys. So all this stuff here, these are fruit trees. I don't know what kind of fruit they are. The bats eat it and then they vomit it all out down here. So it's a whole ecosystem in here. I love this tree. Look at this. Wow. I just got an idea. Next month is October, right? And it's going to be Halloween, the 31st. Can you imagine a Halloween dance in there? Like, spooky, 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 spooky dancing. Stay tuned for that one. It's pretty cool, very whimsical. Oh yeah, here's more bats here. Up here. And that noise of the bats. I think they're all starting to wake up. Oh, here they are. We just stood apart. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can get a bit closer. You're probably saying, shut up, Dora. Whoa. So that's them. They're starting to wake up. So around dusk, they'll start flying around. So I actually used to live 2 streets away from here with a previous boyfriend. And I could be in the backyard and I'd look up at dusk time and you would see lots and lots of bats just flying. So at night time they go looking for stuff. Oh, there's a hoop tree, hoop pine. Whoa. Hoop pine. Yeah, I much like these dirt paths. They make it look way more rustic. So that goes back out to the front. But we'll just go this way, guys. So it can kind of just makes me think that, I'm bushwalking, right? And just smelling in all the good tree air, all the good carbon coming out of them. I don't come here enough. I'm going to be honest, I don't come here enough. I should come here more often. So we can go back out that way. We can go back here. And they've got a nursery here, guys. So this is a really good pitch. This is a good specimen of the grass tree. Now, see that on the top of it? I don't know if you can see that. Normally, I actually think they need to cut that one down. That's an old one. We've got one in our front yard. You cut that off, and then another one will grow, and then there's got some kind of nectar on it, and then all the birds come and suck it. Like, for example, the rainbow lorikeets, they're just like literally just on it all day. It's amazing to see, actually. Here's a baby one. The baby one. Yeah, see, that's old. All that stuff there, many moons ago, was soft, and that would be what the rainbow lorikeets would be sucking. So this is the community nursery. You can bring plants here and get assistance with plant identification. You can collect seeds. It's open winter, 8:30 to 10:30, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, and then summer, 10 a.m. So 10 to 10, it's 8 to 10, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So yeah, my dad used to spend a bloody lot of time in here, I tell you. It was much easier when I found him here because I didn't have to walk all the way around the place. But yeah. Life goes on. Life goes on. But, oh yeah, they've got one of these. So at the end of your walk, you can come here and do this and get all the shit off the bottom of your shoe. All right, so we're going to go back in. Tarzan! Woohoo! So look, this tree is strangling this tree. I don't think that is a Moreton Bay strangler either. It's some kind of different tree that's strangling that tree. Interesting. On some of my walks, oh, maybe I haven't. I videotape them and I never bring them out. Fontania medica break. I don't know what that means, but anyway. So 3.5 acres. No, 3.5 hectares. All right. So this is the pond. You'd be mistaken if you decided to walk on that green concrete, wouldn't you? And we've got a little waterfall. Yeah, pool. The bats are pretty cool. A lot of people don't like them because they make a lot of noise, right? And I guess if you live nearby, you'd probably get, bat vomit all over your car and stuff, which I used to when I lived 2 streets away. But, you can't actually get rid of them. But in saying that, I told you that there used to be a lot of ibis here too, and ibises really destroy the trees. So a lot of the top foliage was actually destroyed by the ibis. Here we go, there's another bit of the bats. Oh, it's a bit, not a great angle, guys. It's a bit glary. But there's shitloads of bats there, guys. Shitloads of them. They're very quiet, those ones. Oh, there you go. Above the bats are the ibis. There's an ibis nest there. Shit. See there, guys? That is the ibis nest, and they really destroy the top of the trees. So isn't that interesting? You've got bats and you've got ibis living next to each other. Bats, okay, they vomit and stuff everywhere, but bats, they're pretty quiet. They're just sitting there. Till they decide to wake up. Oh, that one's waking his arms up. Look, there his arms open up. Not a great angle. Maybe I'll go from the other side. Let me go from the other side. That way you can see the better angle. That's really beautiful. You can sit here and have a picnic. Yeah, they've literally got a bus shelter there. It's weird, isn't it? But anyway, I guess if it was raining, you've got somewhere to hide, right? So, this is when we look up. We look up. Let's see if we can see any bats. We've got a better way. If we look over this way, so the sun's probably in a better location. I'm always looking at the bats. I think that they're fascinating, to be honest. I mean, I know people are scared of them. I get it. Okay, not a great angle. There's a tap if you want some water. I can't show you the bats. They're hiding in there though, guys. Oh, here we go. Here's another look. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're starting to. Here we go. Oh, Batman. 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 So they're starting to stir because it is getting the time that they will start moving. And if I made some big noises, they probably would move. That's Batman. So yeah, pretty cool, hey? Alright, let's have some water because I've got to drink my water, right? I think this is my last litre I'm up to. So this is my second last 500 mils. So I've drank 2 litres already today. No, I've drank 3 litres already. Wowzers. So that's why my skin is getting really quite clear. I mean, you can't get rid of the freckles and wrinkles and stuff like that. But, I actually feel like my skin is like looking pristine, right? Pristine. I'm like model material. I'm joking, guys, but so I feel like my skin is feeling really good. I'm feeling very lubricated, but put it that way, right? Why I say that is, so on 75 hard, you guys all know I've got to drink a gallon of water a day. And I've since found out recently that I have osteoporosis. I don't know if I can never say that word because I just don't like to say it. Osteoporosis severe in my left knee. Now, you guys see that I do lots of walking and it really hasn't impacted my life. But when I found out that I had osteoporosis, I was 49 years old and thought, well, I'm way too young to have severe osteoporosis in my leg, my knee. It's only my left knee. Yeah, which is kind of sad, but it kind of really derailed me for a while. But I went to a physio, and the physio said, "Oh, look, just get a knee op done. Get a knee replacement, and then you'll be hiking again." I was like, I don't want a knee op. As long as I have to, like here I am, I'm already walking lots. I've got good movement, and the risk you take when you do these kind of knee ops is that you could actually be worse off. So it'd be like the last resort that I'd get a knee op done. So I went to a different physio. I went to a physio that specializes in knees because that's where my knee is the one that's got the osteo, right? And I walked in and he goes, "Oh, so what are you here for?" I said, "Oh, I got a diagnosis of, having severe osteoporosis." And he goes, "Oh, okay. How'd it feel?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I can, feel a bit of that stuff in there." He goes, "So are you pretty fit?" He goes, "You look like you're pretty fit." I said, "Well, I do lots of walking." And he said, "Okay, have you got good movement? You've got no problems going to the toilet or anything like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, no." He goes, "Oh, okay." And I told him a little bit about how I'm going walking and I do lots of regular walking, and I'm about to walk for a 30k walk. He's like, "Okay, so let's just take away the diagnosis." He goes, "You've got arthritis. Just live your life." He goes, "Yeah, you need to strengthen it. There's things that you need to do. You need to strengthen your knee." But anyway, moral of my story is the water. All this water I've been drinking has been lubricating my limbs. I feel that my knee is actually pretty good at the moment. Like, I can feel a twinge every now and then, but I've been walking every day, right, guys? And I actually haven't been icing my knee. Whereas, like a couple of weeks ago, when I wasn't doing this kind of challenge and I wasn't drinking this much water, I was icing my knee every day, icing my knee and elevating it. And I haven't had to ice it for a while. So interesting, hey? So maybe there's some truth in the fact that water is really good for us, and that yes, a lot of people said to me, "Oh, I don't think it's a really good idea to drink that much water." But so far so good. I haven't had an issue with it really. So yeah, I mean, I go to the toilet a lot, but I seem to have settled down, right? I think my body is like absorbing the water now, so I'm not weeing as much as I used to like a week ago. So I'm day 11 in. So that's something really interesting to find that I'm not peeing as much as I used to. So this is Laurie's seat. Laurie's seat. And Laurie was I think it was a guy that used to volunteer here. He passed away, and apparently he used to like sitting here. So my dad has written Laurie's seat here. So there is nothing about my father here at the moment. So I actually need to talk to council about getting some kind of memorial put here for my father. My dad probably, oh, probably wouldn't like. What's that guy doing here? Okay, it's picking up tree limbs. You're not probably supposed to do that, but anyway. Yeah, my dad was not much of a show pony. Probably wouldn't like. Oh, look, this is a bunya pine. Bunya pines have these bunya nuts. They're big, and I have a feeling that when they are in bloom or when they have the fruit, someone comes along and pulls them down just so that they don't fall down and hit someone in the head because they're big spiky things. Apparently you can grind them up and you can make bunya nut pancakes. I met a guy when I was volunteering at a different community garden, and he was telling me how he collects bunya pines and he makes bunya pine pancakes. Yeah, here we go. This is the original name for it. I'm not very good at saying the names. Aracacia woodwilly. I don't know. Bunya pine anyway. That is a bunya pine. And it looks like it's got tagged. So I believe they tag them because, I don't know, they tag them. Oh, this is funny. This is called hairy rosewood. It's a hairy rosewood. Oh gosh. That's why it's hairy. This is, ah, Jesus. It's hairy, all right. Bloody hell. Imagine getting hooked up on that. Okay, that's interesting. That's called the hairy rosewood. I've actually never seen that before. I've walked through here heaps of times. I've never actually taken much notice. Interesting, hey? Hairy rosewood. Man, that is like, look at it all on the ground. What if they'd be good in the fire? Now, you're not supposed to take anything from these gardens, so leave them there. So I don't know what that guy was doing, but he was collecting some wood. So anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, we're back to the cow paddock, or the cow, I don't know what you call this. Stockyard? This is a stockyard, right? Stockyard. Because they put the cows in there, and when they're ready to be taken away, they push them through there, and then they go up the ramp into the back of a truck. So I haven't really done much physical walking. I've just been kind of like la da 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 da. So I'm going to do a bit of extra walking, like faster walking. If there's something you guys want to see, I'll stop and show you. But otherwise, I'm just going to getty up so that, interesting, it's got a blue dot on that. I wonder if they made that so that they're going to chop that down. I wonder. Because I noticed there's a blue on that one too. I hope not, because they're still very much alive. It's very interesting that those two ones have got a dot on them. I don't know, who knows. Okay, so let's get up. We need to physically exercise for 45 minutes outside. So affirmative, we're outside. We probably, I don't know, how long have we been walking? Okay, we've been doing this live for 57 minutes, but I have been stopping a lot of the way. So hence why I will keep on walking a little bit more to, get the real benefits of walking. There's an ibis. I think everyone knows what an ibis is, affectionately known as a bin chicken. But I really feel sorry for them. It's not their fault that they are literally scavenging out of a bin. In there we've got stingless bees. They're native bees in there. I used to have one of these in my front yard too. In there, they're stingless bees. So their honey is really expensive because they don't make much honey. And they've got some kind of royal jelly in there that is really apparently the bomb. It's very expensive to buy. Unfortunately, our stingless bees disappeared. So we ended up splitting the hive, and we gave half the hive to Diego's sister. So we're going to split her hive and then bring some bees back to our yard. Because yes, stingless bees, they're stingless, right? They don't bite, but they're really good. They're really, really little. You can hardly see them, just so small, little black things. And they fly around all the flowers, the natives. So they're really good to have in the garden. To buy a new hive will cost you about $300 to $400. So that's about 200 US dollars. So they're not exactly cheap to get. It's not like you can find them yourself. You kind of have to get them from a supplier. So you can see we're in suburbia, but kind of makes you feel like you are in the bush. I think this is called a candlestick banksia. My dad would be very proud if I got that right. Paul, it is like a candlestick, right? Am I kind of half correct? There's probably a few different varieties of candlestick Banksias. So this is like that miniature Banksia that I just showed you before. It's not very big. Oh, I've got bitten by a mosquito. Damn. Oh, oh. I believe this is a Melaleuca. These are beautiful flowers. So we're coming into spring, guys. So a lot of these will start flowering. Oh my gosh, this is a cheese tree. I think they call it a cheese tree because look at it, it looks like cheese. I don't think that's the real name of it, but its nickname is cheese tree. We used to have one in our front yard and they keep on growing. You kill it and they keep on growing. The roots, it's just a massive root system. But obviously they're native. This is really pretty, this one here. Look at this. This is beautiful. See you, Paul. Okay, Paul's got a video that he's gonna. Yeah, Paul's very regular with his videos. He puts one out on a Wednesday night, a short, and then a Saturday, a long form video. Now that is really gorgeous. That is a Rothwell Wild May. Okay, Rothwell is a suburb just near us here, but it's Wild May. Isn't that beautiful? That is really beautiful. Beautiful. So, this is from these Melaleuca and these kind of paper bark trees. So it's paper. So, you know how I was talking about one day I'm going to do some painting down by the red cliffs of Redcliffe using the red soil? I want to paint on one of these. I mean, I shouldn't take this with me, but I'm going to take it with me. I'm going to keep it in my car and no, I shouldn't. Leave it here. That's a pandanus tree. I don't know why they've got one here, to be honest. See how they've kind of got these long dangling things? You could call it a rude name too, right? Oh, this is the mudgy wattle, that's right. The mudgy wattle. I was trying to remember its name before. They've got these little yellow flowers. It's obviously now not flowering, but yeah, mudgy wattle. Beautiful red little yellow flowers. It's amazing what I remember by just walking around here. That's beautiful too. So Deb, what are you doing for your birthday? Are you going out tonight? Is your daughter coming around? Your family going to take you out somewhere? Have you got a hot date? So different times of the year, you'll come through here and you'll have different things flowering, which always makes it kind of interesting, right? Different things flowering. Man, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes. Oh. So next time I come through here, I need to put some spray on. So there's many different tracks you can walk through here. So here's another little loving memory of Robert Lenny and Margaret Christie Lenny. So obviously a couple that must have come here and sit here. This is kind of like a little amphitheatre. So let's do something fun, right guys? Like, so I was talking a little while ago before that once a year they used to have a segment here called What's Cooking in the Park, right? and they would have, medieval dances and like ladies dressed up in fairy outfits. So how about you take a seat and let's do some bush dancing. Let's go with that. Let's go bush dancing. Okay, let's put you up here. My dad would be like, what the hell are you doing? I'm dancing, Dad. Oh. And this is called the mosquito dance. All right, so we're going to do a bush dance. How do we do a bush dance? I don't know. Let's figure it out. So this is for you, Deb. I'm going to do a dance for Deb. Okay? Happy birthday to Deb. Let's do a dance for Deb. Like my socks? Coca-Cola. You know when I went to the Brisbane show a couple of weeks ago? When I was being bad, I was drinking a lot of soft drink. That's why I've got this big bushka. Actually, it's gone down, guys. Yeah, that was 11 days ago. That was very bloated because I was drinking a lot of soft drink. Pepsi, mostly. But at the Ekka, I bought Coke and they gave me some free socks. So I'm wearing my Coke socks. Not advertising Coke at all. Very bad for you. But just have a little bit if you want to. Just a bit of sugar, but it's really bad. Full of a lot of sugar. Okay, so let's go dance. Let's dance. I need a song in my head. Okay, got one. Not bush. Not bush city limit. Not bush city. Not bush city. Not bush city. Not bush. Not bush. Not bush city limit. Not bush. Not bush. Not bush city limit. Woohoo. Not bush. Not bush. Not bush. Not bush. Not bush. Oh. Happy birthday, Deb. That was for you. Oh. Well, I got my heart rate going, put it that way. You can sit here and say hello. That's the first time I've ever done, well, actually I'll free frame that. That's the second time I've done a dance here. The first time I did a dance here, on Instagram, a guy called Luke, what's his last name? I don't know. But yeah, Luke said, hey, I'll dance with you. He sent me a dance. So I took my phone down here and my tripod. I did a dance in the rainforest area. It was pretty bad, but anyway, it was funny. But then I edited it together and we were like dancing side by side. Actually, no, it was like a dance off. So yeah. Okay, let me show you from here. We've got ibis up here. Maybe you can't see, but there's ibis in that tree there, making lots of noise. Okay, I'm going to keep on moving. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Jumping over to that tree. There's way less ibis here than it used to be. Okay, so they're going to take you out. Oh, that's good. They're not going to tell you. That's great. Well, it doesn't matter, Deb. As long as I put a smile on your face, that's all that matters. And it puts a smile on my face, right? And my dad, somewhere in the universe, is just laughing at me going, what the hell are you doing, Mutiara? Because like Mutiara is my real name, right? I think he knew my nickname was Dora. I don't think he ever called me Dora though. But he did know my name was Dora, but yeah. But yeah, my Christian name is Mutiara. So yeah, my dad would be like, what the hell are you doing? Actually, no, he wouldn't care. He'd be laughing, going, all right, whatever. At least someone's enjoying this area, hey? You guys were on the amphitheatre seats. This is kind of a nice little area, hey? Hey, you can imagine, like, a string, like a little guitar, and then someone playing the guitar down here, people sitting on the chairs here. That'd be kind of nice, eh? I can't play the guitar, but I'll listen. I'll dance. Badly. Oh my god, look, there's a stretch hummer. The pink one. There's a pink stretch hummer. Oh, you don't see that very often. All right, keep on walking. So that dance was exercise, right? Oh, we went down that track already. So I think we're nearly done all the tracks. Oh, look at that. It's an egg. It's weird. It's an egg. It's weird. It's not like that's a chicken egg. Oh, maybe someone was having lunch and they chucked their egg in it. Oh, here's a little Mickey bird. I don't know if you can see that, guys. It's a little Mickey bird. They've got little yellow eyes. Some people call them evil eyes, but I think they're pretty cool. That's cool. What's a tree stump that they've made into a chair? Okay, so see how they've got the blue on there and it says remove. So that's why I think the blue dots on those trees before mean they're going to remove them, because they're definitely going to remove that, right? And then there's another R over there, so R means remove. Oh, this is beautiful. This is called the early flowering Brisbane wattle. Okay, so this is a different version of the Brisbane wattle, or the wattle. Oh, that's actually very beautiful. Very different to the mudgy wattle. Wow. That is gorgeous, actually. This is an example of some kind of different tree growing over, or bush, or so to say, or vine growing over a nearly dead tree. It's not dead, it's still alive, but it's starting to grow over the tree. And it probably will strangle it. This is the mudgy wattle. This has a beautiful, soft, yellow little flowers. They're beautiful. Ah, look at this. Ooh, that is spiky. I don't think you guys see that, but how spiky that is. You don't want to rub yourself up against that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh. That's a spiky bloody thing. Ouch. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a mushroom. It's a mushroom. Here's another grevillea. There's many different kinds of colours. I tried to grow a couple in my front yard. I killed them, sadly, and they're not exactly cheap. I should try again. Oh, there's like this kid's playing in the garden. Obviously, I won't video them, guys, but it's nice to see kids playing in the gardens. We'll go back into the old section. Okay, so this is another bunya tree, and they've got a tag on it. Interesting. 180. I don't think it means it's 180 trees in this garden, but maybe it's just, yeah. So the Johnman and Lovedale Trail. So I was talking before that I was going to contact council about putting some kind of track or memorial in here for my father, who obviously was, a very big participant in this garden, as you see evidence of all these signs that he wrote. The Jibung cornifolia. Most of these trees that on the other side he would have planted. Oh, that gum tree is going to get obviously taken out. It's got a blue dot on it. I wonder why. Maybe they're deciding to take out some of the big gum trees because there's so many of them here. Because they do cause a lot of damage when they fall down. They take a lot of other trees down. So maybe that's the reason why they're going to take a few of them down. Who knows? But yeah, this section here was the old original section where Joan Johnman and Jackie Lovedale were volunteers that used to work here. They were retired ladies. When I met them, I was only like 10 or something, and they were like 60 or 70. They were really quite old. And my dad befriended them and loved them, and they worked together in here, weeding and planting. But this was originally started by those two ladies. And the other section was more started by my father and a whole team of people, from volunteers and paid people from Friends of the Gardens. So a lot of the trees, pretty much my dad would go out to the bush and get seeds from different trees. He had a seed bank, and then he would plant, propagate them in the nursery that we saw before. And then he would plant them, and he would go through every day or every second day and water them by hand till they were, a good size to look after themselves. Because a lot of wallam trees are pretty drought resistant because southeast Queensland's quite hot. So they have to be quite sturdy trees to kind of survive. This used to be a sensory garden. So if people with wheelchairs, they could come through here and touch all the plants. It's really sad, again, that hasn't been developed again. It used to be really thriving. I mean, I don't know much about native plants. I really don't. But I would really like to, look, these are definitely weeds. I know that for sure. These are weeds. That's not a weed, but a lot of that is weeds. But yeah, maybe I should volunteer and try to get this garden going and grow some nice sensory plants so people in wheelchairs can come through and, touch the plants. Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah, maybe I should do that. See here, Quota Garden. Quota Sensory Garden. Began with a donation from the Redcliffe Quota Club. This garden is also a Moreton wildflower research project. So the Quota Club is a club, I believe, of ladies, and don't quote me on it, but I think they do a lot of stuff for domestic violence. Can't be completely sure though. It's kind of like a lot of older ladies. So I really don't know much about it, though. I'm turning into an older lady at the moment at 50, but anyway. Native Rosella. I don't think that's there anymore. Oh, that might be it there actually. A native Rosella. It's kind of off at the moment. That might come good later on. Interesting. See here, this used to be the fairy garden. You could come in here, little kids could come in here and post a letter to the fairies. It's locked, obviously. But yeah, there used to be ferries and stuff here, but I don't know, maybe someone's taken them all. Yeah, maybe that'd be fun to do, hey? Hey Deb, can you imagine me putting in a fairy garden? I'd actually probably really enjoy putting a fairy garden in there, That'd be really fun. Okay, here's a new grevillea they're putting. Oh, this is a beautiful one. Look at this. It's called Hills Jubilee. Look at the colour of that. I tried to grow this in my house and I killed it. It's a beautiful grevillea. That is gorgeous. That'll have beautiful flowers. That's very fairy-like. Whoops. And that's Another grevillea, but with the white flowers. So there's many grevilleas. Anyway, it's just giving me ideas that maybe I will come and volunteer. My niece, my sister and my niece were supposed to come and volunteer, but they haven't actually ended up doing that. And my problem is, oh, there's another one of those ones, is I don't want to have to come every Saturday. Maybe I can come every second Saturday. Yeah, maybe. And maybe I can bring my niece with me and we can work on the fairy garden together. That'd be fun. Anyway, that's a good idea actually. So there's a soccer field on the other side of that. Must be soccer training tonight. There's a whole lot of people there already. So we've got toilets, which is great. Yeah, let's go in the herb garden. So the herb garden was is run by a whole lot of ladies. And they're very, very dedicated, but they're also very, very old. So I believe a lot of this has gone to not ruin, but like just not looked after as much anymore because they can't get down and weed. Maybe I'd like to do that. I'd love to do actually. Look, you know what? Maybe I'd love to work in the. Yeah, I could weed. I'd love weeding. It's a beautiful lavender. Lavender smells so nice. Hey, this is a beautiful. This is a different one. I think this is a French lavender. Is it a different flower? Oh, that smells beautiful. Oh, yeah, that smells beautiful. I think that's called comfrey. Comfrey, I think it's called. It's a herb that when you break your arm, you make a kind of poultice. You mash it up, and then you put it on the broken bit, and then you put some glad wrap around it, and it's supposed to help mend the bone. So herbs are amazing, amazing plants to work with for natural remedies, right? Oh, these are paper daisies. No, they're not. They're not paper ones. They're soft. They're beautiful. Those ones. Look at that. There used to be lots of paper daisies in here, but there's not anymore. Some marigold. These are beautiful. I think these are poppies. It's gorgeous. Okay, I think I've discovered where I want to work. I want to work in here. I would love to weed this and make this all beautiful and plant some more roses, plant some more herbs in here and like edible flowers. That is definitely my kind of cup of tea. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at that. I don't know what that's called, but that's gorgeous. And it'd be really nice to have name tags on all the herbs too, so people know what kind of flowers they are. And that's another thing I could do. I could do that maybe. That is a lavender, because I do know herbs, because and edible flowers and stuff, because I grow them myself. That is over here. I've got these in my backyard. These are nasturtiums. You can get them many different colours. Yellows, reds, they're amazing. So this is called the Betty Nixon Smith Herb Garden. So it started in 1990 by Betty Nixon. Oh, the red one's beautiful. Oh, these are pretty too. They're pretty. Oh, oops. I wonder why my poor water bottle is just all broken because I keep on dropping it. Okay, I don't know what these are called, but you can actually suck on them. There's some kind of okay, let me just check that first. Okay, guys. That I'm sure this is sage. Oh, actually, this is pineapple sage. I should know. I've got this in my backyard. It smells like pineapple. Yeah, sage is actually pineapple sage. Oh yeah, that's good. No, these ones don't have a sucky, sorry, these flowers don't have a smell in them, but they're edible flowers basically. So I've got them growing in my garden. Yeah, pineapple sage, beautiful. It smells really nice. And that is a Thai basil. That smells really good too. Oh yeah, yum. That smells really good. That looks like garlic chives. Oh, oh yeah, that smells like garlic. That's garlic chives. Oh, I'd love to work in here. Okay, I think guys, I think we just found out where we're going to volunteer. I mean, look, I don't actually have to volunteer in the area where my dad, worked, right, in the Wollongong, because I don't know about those things. I could go in there occasionally if they told me where to weed and stuff, but I really don't know the plants very well. But I do like my herbs and, edible flowers, because there's lots of edible flowers here. Nasturtiums, I don't know about them, they're not edible, not sure. Oh, roses. I would like to learn how to grow more roses and grafting roses and stuff. So they've got one of these sundials. I've actually never learned how to be able to tell the time on these. I should learn that. That'd be an interesting skill to know. So they've got lots of lavender around. Oh, this is the French lavender. This is beautiful. This is French lavender. Again, I tried to grow one of them. I killed that one in my yard too. Didn't say I was a successful herb grower, but I do like them. Yeah, and this is a dragon fruit. They like lots of sun. So as you see, I say there's a good chance that, oh, that's a different colour. That's more purpley. That's more pink of the French lavender. That's nice. Another rose. I was going to say, it's pretty much safe to say that the herb ladies that used to volunteer here are possibly not volunteering here anymore. Or they are coming, they're just doing the bare minimum. Because obviously, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Because obviously they're older. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'd love to know what that is. Oh, that is beautiful too. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, guys, I'm in. Oh, look at this. What is that? Oh, that's interesting. It might actually be really, really, really good to learn off the older ladies here. Because, okay, they might not be able to get down and weed, but I can. But they could tell me, what area to weed. That's hibiscus. They're edible, these flowers. I mean, not flowers, the leaves when they're baby. You can put them in your salads. They're really good. So you can make hibiscus tea out of these. So these are the hibiscuses. That's hibiscus. Oh, hey Mike, how you going? I didn't see you there. This is rosemary. Rosemary is quite distinct smell, right? And that's a white lavender. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, guys. I think, Deb, can you do me a favour? Oh wow, this is a really good example. This is hibiscus. Deb, can you do me a favour? Oh, this is another Thai basil. It's a white one. Deb, could you be my a little bit of accountability buddy? And if Mike, you're still there, next time you see me, next couple of times you see me live, can you kind of jog my memory and say, hey, have you done anything about volunteering at the gardens? Maybe not every live because in one day I'm probably not going to get much done, but maybe once a week, just jog my memory and say, hey, Dora, have you volunteered yet have you gone to sign up? Have you looked into it? Because I definitely would like to volunteer here. I definitely think I could do some damage. No, not some damage, but you know what I'm saying. I do like the idea of herbal medicines. Look at this. Medicine herbs. Because, yeah, herbs are basically medicines, right? You can use different kinds of herbs to heal yourself. Oh my gosh, look. They've got. Oh, yes. Look at this. That is a wild strawberry. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to grow that in our garden. Okay. Okay. I really shouldn't pick this, guys. I really shouldn't. But the likely chance that many people are going to watch this video, um, especially at the end, down this end, is very, very rare. So I'm going to take that home, cut it up, and I'm going to dry it, and I'm going to put that in my garden, and then I have wild raspberries. They're like mini little wild raspberries. I really want to eat it too, but oh, actually I can't. Oh my gosh, I was about to eat that too. So in the 75 hard, you have to pick some kind of diet or health plan and for the 75 days and stick to it, right? So my health plan that I'm doing is a thing called R3, and it's like a 2-week program. Like every 2 weeks you change to a different phase. It's only 6 weeks, then you go back to the other phase. So the first 2 weeks they call it a reset program, and it's kind of like keto to start with. Like you're trying to get your body into keto. So I'm on day 11 of this. So there's no sugar, no like fructose, which means there's no fruit. I love fruit, so if I just ate that, I was literally about to just put that in my mouth. It would be really bad. I would have had to go back to day 1 of the 75 hard. So anyway, let's put that in my hand. Okay, so what else we got in here? We got some what do you call it? Ferns. A lot of nasturtiums. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That could be made looking a lot nicer. It could be like a love seat. Okay, these are yucky weeds. These are yucky. They cling onto you, and yeah, I don't want to touch them because if I touch them and take them back to my yard, they'll start growing in my yard. Oh, there's a little pond there too. That's cool. Okay, guys, it's pretty clear that these gardens have not been. Oh, look at this. Is this a jasmine? Jasmine double. Okay, this is a jasmine tree. So they've got white little flowers. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. That's growing over that. That's gorgeous. Okay, guys, yeah, it's pretty obvious that the herb ladies are not that active. There's a little bee. Hello, Mr. Bee. So I'm actually allergic to bees, so I shouldn't get too close. But bees aren't going to hurt you, right? They only hurt you when you like threaten them, or they actually fly into your hair, which happened to me one day. So this is how the herb garden used to be. Cow paddock, right? Herb garden was two original rows, and these are the original ladies that helped, and now they would have passed away a long ago now, and that's what it is today. Maybe not looking as beautiful as that. So contact Friends of the Garden, Secretary of Friends Redcliffe Botanical Gardens.com.au. Okay, that's who I need to email to get involved. They come on a Monday morning between 8 and 9. What? It's only 1 hour? Oh, gosh. Hey, guys, I don't work Monday mornings. Guess what I'm doing Monday morning? We're going to go see the herb ladies. I won't do a live, guys, but I'll tell you about it after. Okay. Stay tuned, guys. We are volunteering at the herb garden. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So yeah, it's a pretty big little, I mean, like, it's a couple more rows now. But yeah, there's a lot of work could be done in that. I love weeding. Weeding is very therapeutic, right? And while I'm here volunteering, then I could maybe talk to people about, you know, getting some paint and starting to paint over these signs so that the signs don't disappear completely. So I think it's fair to say that I've walked for 45 minutes. That's beautiful. That plant is called pig face. It's got a, now there's people in there. That's the local people that still run the gardens that my dad used to work with. So I want to say goodbye, guys. I'm going to go say hello and introduce myself and have a bit of a chat. Actually, in there, you'll see my dad's photos and pictures that he painted. So in there, they're all paintings that my dad did. So anyway, I want to go and introduce myself. Um, See you guys. Thanks for taking me a walk with me. Deb, happy birthday, and mwah.